The OK Show. Thursday. And I'm very sleepy.
It's been a while, man.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's
But
been
then
a
I'm very
while.
sleepy. Holy crap.
I know, I know. It's old age, dude. And I know it's like you sit still for like 5 minutes, not like doing anything or keeping yourself busy with anything, and you will fall asleep, my friend. You're gonna be out. You're gonna be out like a light. You sit there. I have a new sleeping routine. It's like it's not really a routine, but it's something that before I used to require total. Oh shoot, internet's freaking out. I used to require total silence before I could actually go and get some sleep. But now I had to have my AirPods, my headphones on, and be watching a YouTube video or something.
Right.
And that actually helps me fall asleep. And then when I'll wake up, it's like, oh, where's the other AirPod, or where's my if I'm wearing wired headphones or earphones, it's gonna be all tangled up already, and I can't find my phone anymore. It's gonna be like somewhere in the bed or caught between two pillows because I move around, of course, when I'm asleep. But yeah, it's sort of become a requirement. It's part of old age, man. We start to develop these weird habits and routines and quirks that we didn't have before. You know, like maintenance. I don't have maintenance yet. You have maintenance, right?
Well, I do.
Yeah,
To be
for
on the safe
for
side.
hypertension. Yeah, yeah. Like probably 80% of my friends have for hypertension. About 80% of my friends. I mean, way before.
Right.
I mean, not just it's not a new thing. I have a lot of friends who were Dexter's like hypertensive since like day one. I think. So
Mm.
I think we were still in college. He was already taking maintenance. So did we bring up anything that we're gonna talk about today? We didn't do any Father's Day thing, right? But I guess it's too late for that. So what is
Yeah,
going
that's
on
too
in the
late. That's
world?
like what? Like a week now?
Yeah, are we gonna talk about the Carla Abellana one? I think we kind of talked about that a little bit.
We talked about
Because
it.
yeah, the guy has his version, girl has her version. So who's to say? Well, we're gonna talk about what we're sleeping habits, things things you do not want to know. Okay, things you do not want to know, or maybe things your partner would probably not want to know. Um,
You have a list, right? Hang on.
I
Oh,
have a
the
list.
reason why
I
I'm
have a
sleepy is I
list.
haven't well, if I take my naps, I'd be okay, but I haven't been taking my naps. I
Dude,
was able to
yawning
take
is
a nap
contagious.
yesterday, and I came home today. Then I have to practice basketball with Snow. We reserved the gym. I took her there, so yeah. So that was like basketball yesterday and basketball today, and it's like 2 straight days of just oh man. If I don't get my naps, yeah, I I get like so yeah. It's either I lose my patience easily or I just like I don't know, just space out or something.
Are you
But
are
I've
you
been
like
I
you're either 100 or you're zero? Are you like that? Because my wife's like either she's 100 or she's zero. It's like she uses up her battery, then she calls it a day. I don't use up my battery. Like I go to bed, maybe I'm still like 60%. I mean, I'm a lazy bum. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really like. I try to avoid hard labor as much as I can. So, but but if it's a long day, I feel it too. But the problem is if I've had a long
Mhm.
day, like it's like an out of town hosting. Like I have to go to Pearl Farms. I have to wake up early. Then I have to go to Pearl Farm. Then I have to host. Then I come back like at 1 a.m. already, like after standing the whole day, the whole night, whatever. And I come home and my kids are there and they're asleep already. And maybe Raj will wait for me. It's like I'm too tired to go to sleep. Like like it's past. it's past my threshold of sleeping. So I'm already like, I'm just too energized because the adrenaline has been flowing the whole day. And maybe I was sleepy while I was still hosting, like at the end of the program part. Like I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get to bed. I can't wait till I get home. I'll go to sleep.
Hmm.
And then I get home and the bed's there, and I'm like, why do I want to play video games all night? Are you like that? Do you, or when you go to bed, you go to bed. You don't go to bed until you're knocked out, or you go to bed and
Yeah,
you're like thinking.
basically. No,
So
there are
now,
times
if you
that I
go to
do
bed
that.
now, you're out. You're gonna be out. If you go to bed now, you're gonna be out. Like in 5 minutes, 2 minutes.
Probably, could be. There are times that I'm like that, but there are times that I would, just lie down. See, I'm a night owl, right? Like I got
Mm-hmm.
used to my lifestyle back in Davao when we used to do the, late night shift.
Yes,
Then I
yes.
would go home around 1 or 2. Then I would stay on until 3 or 4. Then I would go to sleep. Then I would wake up around 10, 11.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sometimes not even. I would wake up at 9, then go to work, but then I would still have time to come back and take a nap. So nap is a
Okay.
very essential part of my day. So
Okay.
napping is very important to me because I cannot sleep early at night. There are people who are like, all right, I don't need naps, but they have the discipline to just like go to bed at 9 or 10 and they're out,
Yes,
right? And
yes,
they wake up at
yes,
6 and they're
yes.
like, yeah, all right. They, like they just live on from the moment they wake up until right 6, 7, 8. Then 9 o'clock they're asleep. I can't do that. Like even when we were doing like the 6 o'clock show, and I was like, oh, I should be disciplined. I'll try to
Mm-hmm.
sleep before 10. Oh man, it's so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. So I am more comfortable doing the late night shift because it doesn't matter. Like whatever. I wouldn't go to
You're
bed
awake
early.
anyways. You're
I
yeah.
can't.
You're awake
Yeah.
anyways.
I'm
Right?
awake anyways.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I can't go to bed early. It's better to be just because here's the
Might as
thing.
well do
I don't
work.
want to stay up all night as
Productive.
well, right? Like I don't want to do a night shift, like end at 7 or 8 in the morning. No, I can't do that too. So I don't want that. I would want like before. I think the perfect board work if my job was just on the radio. I think the perfect board
Mm-hmm.
work for me was like the 2 to 6 p.m. because that would be
Okay.
like I mean that would be the perfect board work. I mean, you have time to,
Okay.
like go out on date night and stay up until the wee hours in the morning. Then you can wake up at 12, one
Yeah.
o'clock. Then you have an hour to get
Yeah.
ready and get to work. It's the perfect board work. Or even 6 to 10
Yeah.
is fine, or 6 to 9. 6 to 9 is okay. But then most
Yeah.
restaurants would be closed. But then parties are still on, right? Because my problem
Yeah.
before when I work from 8 to 12, the parties, like I'm not talking about parties, but house parties, birthday parties,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever parties
Yeah.
that you get invited to. You can't get there
Yeah.
because by the time it's 12 midnight, everybody's gone. I mean, there's still a few
Gone.
people
Done.
left, but the party's done.
Done.
I mean, if it's
Yeah,
a
because you're not
weekend,
gonna
that's
show.
fine.
You're not gonna
Party
show up
starts
there
at
at 12
12,
exactly. You have to program songs. You have
right?
to travel. Yeah, so you
Right.
get there
You'll
like
get
maybe
there around 1,
12:30, and it's
1:30, so
yeah,
nobody's there
yeah.
anymore.
6 to 10 is perfect for clubbing, because like once you get out at 10 or 10:30, then things are just
Right.
heating
Then
up,
you go straight to the
right?
clubs.
Yeah, yeah. If it's like a house party, like a
But
birthday
no, no,
party
no,
or
no.
something,
But
it's a
but the
little
thing
late. It's
is,
a
I
little
don't
late.
want that too. I don't want that too on the weekend because I want to be fresh out from the shower
Oh,
when I go
okay,
to the
got it, got
club.
it.
So still,
Yeah,
if I
from home
if
to
I
club.
go, yes. So I would on the weekend I would want to have my board work from 2 to 6. That would be the perfect board
Really,
work, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
really. So
So
you
at
can
least I
go
could still
home.
go home. I could take a
Yeah,
2 hour nap. I could wake up, shower, have dinner, then go to wherever we
I'm
we
different.
like we have our
I
parties.
I like the 6 to 10. You know why? Because there's the pre gimmick pre clubbing tapok tapok happening at the station all the time. Like Joe would show up, and then Ma would show up, and you'd show up. Like usually that became like a meeting. Brando would show up. That was like a meeting spot. Gabby D would show up, and usually that's like the common meeting place, because we didn't have Starbucks then. We didn't have all these other places. Yeah, pre-game sa station, exactly. Johnny Yap knows this. Like especially if it's like a be party. You go there at 10, and if Joe's joining the party, he's gonna let me leave at 9. he's gonna be like program na ba, and then so like I'll program the songs, and it's perfect because we're comfortable at the station anyways, right? I mean, it's air conditioned as
Mhm.
long as you don't get all sweaty. Um, my problem with my problem with leaving the house, right, with having to go home like you do, like having to go home and then having to go to the party from the house, is dude, I have a tendency to like once I get home, man, I have
Mhm.
this side to me where it's like, I start to get lazy. Like I don't want to go out anymore. Like I get comfortable in my bed or in my room, or I start watching a show or something. Because if you're out at 6, you still have a lot of time before the party starts. You still have a couple of hours to mope around the house. But I know I get what you're saying because you're the type of guy who's like you're very conscious and very OC. So you don't want to show up at a party, with your shirts all wrinkled from sitting for 4 hours. I'm kind of a gidlay guy, so I'm not really like dressed to the nines when I go party. So I really couldn't care less. But yeah, I it's same with what Stark Shep is saying. Like pre-game gestation. That's right. That's basically what happens. Everybody shows up there. So if you're doing the 6 to 10, that's like the perfect time. You get to the club at 10, 10:30. That's a perfect time. What time do you usually show up? Like if you go home. If you go home,
Dude,
what's
I
your
I
takeoff
usually
time?
get there around
9?
12 midnight because I still have that
Really
in,
that
in
late?
my head that party. Well, I would get there at 11. Like if we are at
If
Octane,
it's our party.
may-
If it's our
if
party.
it's
But
okay, if it's our
if it's not our
party around
party,
maybe
yeah, if we're
10:30 to
hosting it.
11, 10:30 to
Okay.
11,
All right.
10:30,
Because you live
10:30
nearby,
to
man.
11.
You're like you're practically like a stone's throw away from where we usually have our parties. And
No,
I'm
but
trying to recall.
back then I used to live in Ma, so that's quite a, I mean, that would still be around 15 20 minutes. And I didn't have a
That's
car at that
true.
time.
That's true.
When
That's
when
true.
we started, so I didn't have a car. But late on my later years, on my, like last 2 years, with the Killer Bee, I already had a car, so it was like easy to get
Okay.
to where we're, like. But
We have a topic then.
when we started out, all right,
We have
what's
a
the
topic
topic?
now. It's all about clubbing. It's all about partying. What are your pre-game routines? What are your pre-clubbing routines? What's usually what are the indicators that it's going to be a good night? What are like what are your routine basically preparing your outfit, your attire for the clubbing because tomorrow I'm going to meet up with Chuck, with Mao and Joe. We're gonna
Right.
meet up at this club called Anomaly. I don't know if anybody knows that place. I haven't been there. It's in the south, so I'm gonna have to drive
Mhm.
to it's I think it's after SM. What is it called? SM Ecoland. So it's after SM
Mhm.
Ecoland. I'm gonna meet up with Joe and Mao. We're gonna have dinner, and then we're just gonna hang out there, and then maybe move because Torres is alive again, bro. I mean, and I've been totally out of the loop. We've just been going to streets, and that's our comfort zone because we're friends with the owner, and so it's like a safe haven for us to hang out there. We know what we get. It was either streets, Huckleberry, um, and that's pretty much it, man. I mean, I haven't been hanging around the the Brick Lane, Wilson Moore area for a while. I mean, I think the crowd. I think I've outgrown that crowd. It's mostly like younger set. And then Torres kind of became Jologs for a while. It had a lot of these comedy bars and these like, just like Warshak kids hanging out there, like the Red Horse crowd, and it wasn't really my thing. And then a lot of other like drinking places opened up around the city where it wasn't really like a bar. It was more of like an outdoor thing, and they'll serve Red Horse. Maybe there's an acoustic performer, so the beer's cheap. It wasn't air conditioned, but it was okay. There are a lot of those places that popped up too, but I didn't really hang out at those places before pandemic. This is pre-pandemic, and now that it's post-pandemic, and a lot of bars have opened up. There's a lot of tourists again. That area. There's a lot of bars there, and it seems like the scene is kind of, I don't know. I haven't been to a bar, so I want to know if people still dance. I want to know if it's sort of still like streets because I would assume that guys like us who used to frequent these places probably don't, go to the more laid back clubs or bars.
Hmm.
And the younger set are the ones that get up off their seats and party to the DJ's music. So tomorrow I'm gonna, hang out with Mao and Joe. Joe Boy, what up? Yeah, unfortunately, John Yup and Joe Boy, Stark Shop and Joe Boy, they're both. I don't think they're. I think they left. I think Joe Boy left already when these bars opened up, and I think Stark Shop was already in Manila. Obviously, it's been in Manila since, so they can't really contribute to our inquiry of what's a cool place to hang out. I hope Gabby D is on board. Gabby D knows. Actually, yeah, we need Gabby D for this episode. So, Gabby D, if you're out there, or if, give us the heads up because you're like the nightlife photographer. So I'm pretty sure you've been to several bars, new bars in the city. Let us know what's up. Let us know which places are worth checking out and which ones are for the certain age range. So, what's your routine, Ice? What are your prerequisites? What's your first do? You prepare. Okay, I'll give you a setup. You're gonna party tomorrow, Friday night. You're gonna hang out with your homies at a new place. It's not your home spot. It's not our home base. So you're gonna be walking in there not knowing what to expect. What's your what's your prep? What's your prep? You lay your clothes on the bed, shoes ready. Yeah, you gotta go shopping the day before. Are you are you that conscious?
No, I don't do that. I just need my nap in the afternoon. If I need to, no, if I go out at night, if it's a weekend, I mean, when I was still there and we were still partying, that would be my routine because we would be up all night, right? So I would have to save my energy. So I need my nap. So the nap is the most important thing.
How
Like it
long
doesn't
is your
matter.
nap minimum? How long
Well, it's not actually
minimum?
a nap. It's like
How many
little sleep.
minutes?
It's like
An
probably two
hour?
hours. No, I need 2 hours of sleep.
Okay, yeah, that's a
So
power.
that's why
That's a sleep.
right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I always make it a point to have, or I love it when I do 3 to 6 or 12 to 3 on the weekends, like Saturdays, right? So if
Okay,
I
I
do
get it.
Saturdays
I
12
get
to
it.
3, that's
Yeah, because you
perfect for
need two
me.
hours.
And
Got
usually
it.
when I do Fridays, Joe gives me the 6 to 9 a.m. on Fridays. So even if I did
Okay.
my med rep job in the morning, I would be like, all right, it's not a problem. I'll just like I'll just be super early, and or sometimes like med rep work doesn't really start until 10, so I still have time to go home, shower, get dressed, then go to work, right? Or I just like
Mm-hmm.
shower, then just like be dressed as like for my day job, then
Mm-hmm.
just go straight to work, get all the signatures that I needed, then go home early, then have that little sleep that I need for about 2 3 hours. Then I wake up at around 9. Then I get ready. Then I get to where we at 10. Then I'm like, I have all the energy in the
Mm-hmm.
world. I can last up to like 5 6 a.m. and that wouldn't be a problem. So that would be my routine. Like just work in the morning, take that nap, preferably from 5 to 7. I would leave. I would have that little sleep from 5 to 7. Then like wake up around 7 7:30. Then just lounge around, watch TV, have dinner. Then just get dressed, and then leave at around 9:30 or something. Then be at the party scene around 10. I mean, there's nobody
Yeah.
there at 9. I don't know. I mean, it could be different now, but back then, I don't want to be there first. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, they like to go out and they want to be there first, right? Me, I want to get there when everybody's already there.
Okay. Is it internet or is it both?
I
Because
think it's the internet.
it's getting screwed. I don't know whose internet. Gab, let us know. Gab, we want you around because we're gonna ask you about
It does
something
work wonders.
that I obviously hasn't been here. So yes. All right, internet crew for
Hey, what's going on, man? Crap. Hey, okay, we'll wait for Rod. And yeah, Gabby, an afternoon and early nap works wonders. Yes, it does. It does work wonders. And yeah, like I told Rod, I need my sleep. I need my 2 hours sleep before I go out at night because no way I can survive the night if I don't get that nap. If I don't get the 2 hour sleep, no, I'm done. I'd be KO'd.
Yeah. Brown out. Yeah, Gab. Dude, we need some new club recommendations. You're the oh, you can't stay long. Yeah, exactly. You're going to a bar. Let's just drop a couple of bar names, new bar spots, or club spots in the city that you can recommend. Good crowd. If you catch my drift. Um, you know, nice place, perfect for guys our age. That's where we're going tomorrow. Okay, exactly. Lugar, yeah, I heard about that too. Those are the ones that we were actually considering. Lugar, I heard though, doesn't serve beer, and it's more like hard liquor, and then you have to reserve. I think you have to have a reservation or something, and it's mostly like food, and it's more of just like a cozy bar. Pre-game, I'm assuming maybe the younger crowd probably will fill that place up. Anomalies, yeah, we're gonna be at Anomaly tomorrow, so I'm gonna reunite with the Killer B boys tomorrow. At least the three of us. I wish Ice could join, man. I mean, see, that's the thing too, Ice. Like at this stage in our lives, we're a bit more stable financially, I
Hmm.
guess, emotionally and whatnot, and we're more kind of hi, baby. We're kind of more secure about who we are.
Hello. Hello.
I
I
game.
love your
The
hair,
game.
little boy.
Reset, club bedroom, astronomer. Wow, I don't even
Right.
know those
Hi,
places.
Bags.
I gotta do a
Right.
search.
Bags
Bye.
and Rye.
Sige, good night.
Say good night.
Good night.
Good
Say love you.
night.
Say love
Good
you.
night. All right.
Bye bye. Flying kiss. There.
Ah, that's so
Yeah.
sweet. You're gonna be a heartbreaker, man. You're gonna be a
Yeah.
heartbreaker. I can tell. I can
Oh, there
tell.
we go.
I
The
can tell.
crying part.
Oh,
Yeah, there
come
you go.
on.
He's yeah. He'll take over when I
All
retire.
right.
He'll take over. It's gonna be the Ray Rodriguez show. Reset. Wow, where are these places? Club bedroom, astronomer. Are they all in
All
Taurus?
right.
Except I guess for Anomaly, I guess. Oh man, but I was just saying, like we're now at the stage where we're more kind of we know what we want more. We're not really like, and it's now that we don't really have a lot of opportunities to go out and do stuff. And most of us have our thing going on now. Like I mean, Mao's in Davao, Joe's in Davao, Billy Kane's in Davao. I can't even get in touch with. I mean, I get in touch with the guys, but like we have to. It's hard to get all three or four of us together. Old ones still open. Yeah, we're kind of the old ones though, Gab. And yeah, we're kinda, and I don't know. We were with the club action guys for some reason. I don't know why. It's like one of those places that there are a lot of people. When you go in there, I don't know anyone. So I kind of know, unless it's a new place. So literally, you don't know. But I kind of know how comfortable to be in a place. Two ways. If you walk in, crap, internet's crappy, and you don't know anyone, it's kind of like a good thing too because you can actually, like you don't know anyone. So it's a new place. When you walk into and like you really don't know anyone and they're not, but it's not your crowd. That's it's time to go out to this bar. That's kind of like how it is for us. But yeah, now it's more of like our prerequisites now. Before, the louder the better. Like it's all about loud. I remember partying
Right.
at
And something about the names of
Acropolis
these
and they had
clubs,
this
right?
huge service with Vegas speakers, right? Yeah,
Just like
reset.
on a different note, it's like
Um,
we go to these places and how they sound so fancy. Like for example, Liquid, Octane, Calzada, right? So it could be that how it's being promoted, how it's being how it's being said by the onboard announcers or whatever. Um, but it's just so funny, right? Like now, okay, for example, like we have all these names, right? So we have like Club Echelon, Hybrid, the Grid. Then you have like Reset, all right. But then when you say like, oh, where is it? Like, oh, at Matina Playa. Oh my,
Yeah,
it's just like, hey, where are you heading, man? Matina Playa.
I know. It's all about
Something,
location,
there's
dude.
something wrong. Something wrong, right? I mean, no, I mean it's just the
Grabahan,
name. It's not even the
grabahan,
location.
grabahan,
It's like the name,
grabahan.
right? Okay, let's say for example, Graban, right? I mean, let's right. I mean,
Carpenter, sa
dude,
carpenter.
you know what I'm saying?
Salmunan, salmunan, salmunan.
No, I mean, all
What the
I'm saying
heck,
is,
man? Well, are those legit names?
no, all I'm saying, like for example, okay. I mean, no, not even the places. Okay, let's say for example, Toto's Bar, right? Toto's Bar, like that's a classy place. That's where the social people go, right?
Yes,
And
yes,
it's
yes.
Toto's Bar.
That's yeah,
It's not
yeah,
even a
yeah.
social name. It's Toto, my friend. But then they say like, oh, Toto's Bar. What?
Yeah, because it's
But
owned
then
by
if you
Ilongo and the
see,
Ilongo family. Yeah, it's
right?
owned by the
Yeah, I
Ilongo
know, right?
family.
But then, but then you like okay, because it's a Toto. I think it's
Barpa,
at Cas good thing walang bar sa
bar. That's a good name for a
That's what
bar,
I'm
actually.
saying.
Barpa,
Bar pa. Where you headed, man? Bar pa.
barpa.
It's like bar pa. It's like
Shit.
more pa, more pa. I mean, right? Like
I
okay,
ain't
Toto's
wearing my
bar
nice watches when I go partying there. That's for sure.
at bar pa.
I'm wearing the G
Okay,
Shock.
Toto's bar. It's at Casa Leticia, right on top of Casa Leticia. But then, okay, we say Toto's bar. But then, even back in the day, if we see a store and it says Toto, it's like Toto store. We wouldn't say Toto store. We would say a Toto store, right? But then if we say Toto's bar, we say Toto's
Yeah,
bar.
yeah.
I don't know if it's I don't know
Yeah,
if
yeah,
it's
yeah.
if it's like
It's like
elitist or whatever. I don't know. I
I know
mean,
what you're saying. It's like no, it's different because it's a social place, but because there are a lot of places now that have that name, like lugar, right? Like lugar. It's like if it's like not a social place, it'll be like lugar, like sa lugar tabay. But since it's like a social place, it's like a bar,
so you say
dining, or
lugar,
resto bar, whatever. Lugar,
lugar.
like it's like lugar. Hey,
Uh,
hey, sa lugar tayo. Oh, I'll meet you up at lugar. I mean, you're not gonna say lugar, right? It's lugar, but actually, the actual word that's really how you would pronounce it because it in reference to I think when you ride a jeep and you want to stop, it's kind of like when Joe. I mean, it's a nice place. I would assume I haven't been there, but party at Matina Playa. I'm sure we've made some announcements along the way. I remember Joe like trying his best to like make it sound like a social place, but it is a social place. But it's not really a name or a place that we're very familiar with
Matina.
here in Davao because it was in
We're gonna have a
Mati.
party at
In
Matina.
Mati,
Ah, playa.
no. I think you
Playa.
went there too. I'm not sure if you went there, but there was a part we were gonna have a party at Mati. I did. I don't think I attended it, but I
No, no,
remember
no, no. I
Joe
didn't
doing
go
the
there. I didn't go at
voiceover for the
Mati. I did.
plug for the
I
party plug,
didn't. No,
and
no. I
and
remember you were talking about it. You
and
didn't
it,
go, and I think that was a disaster. Was it?
I didn't go.
I think
I
that
don't
was
know.
a
I don't know if that
disaster.
was the one, but I don't know if that was the one. But this was in. I think that I don't know if this was the one though. But the one I went to the summer something the sem break parties we went. That was crazy. That was like a 2 day party we had. But this one was. I remember him saying it. Then I'm not gonna say the name of the bar. I think it's a bar. It's a resort. But the place is called Kalapyahan. And I don't know if Kalapyahan is like a place or whatever, a street. Oh shit, my internet going screwy? Um, dude, is my internet going screwy? Is my camera going crazy? What's going on here?
You're choppy and you're kind of like
Okay,
blurry. I don't know. Is it yours? Is it mine? I just
yeah,
sometimes like it's mine, right? But I don't know. I mean, it's probably yours
yeah.
right now.
You're stop. Like, you're not moving on mine, and I'm not moving on yours.
Summer
But I think it's my
frolic. Is it
internet.
summer
I mean, you can,
frolic?
dude. What are you talking about? So, but you can still hear me. Yeah, I don't know. If
Yeah, I can still hear
I
you.
don't know
It's
if that
just
was
like it's
Star
screwed
Frolic,
up.
but I remember. Okay, I remember Joe announcing it like the plug. It's like whatever beach resort in Kalapyahan. Like Kalapyahan, it's so hard to make that sound social. I mean, social is chubby, right? Yeah, chubby. Yeah, I'm chubby. As social as the place might be, um, But like when you say kalapyahan, it's hard to say kalapyahan. You have to say like how would you say that?
Kalapiahan.
Like make it sound so short. Like kalapyahan. Like
Kalapiahan.
you know. Like
You're gonna see what Kalapiahan
Boracay has
tomorrow
just
at
become
9
so short. So when you
p.m.
say Bora, right? You say like Boracay, you say Bora or Boracay. Boracay
Dude,
actually
some
doesn't
some
sound
people
very
would even go
social.
as far as saying
Boracay,
Boracay.
right? Yeah, I mean say Bora. So anyway, yeah, but you have a point. You have a point. It's like the name of the locality or the street or the place or the barangay. I mean, it can sort of make or break um the excitement level. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the internet, man. I mean, jeez, hold on. Why does this happen all the time? Am I on?
Yeah, you're on. You're on.
Yeah. With the what? No, it's not. But I don't know why it does it at night. It's always at this time when this goes screwy. It's like
I'll give you a picture.
it never
Is
does this
Raj
when I'm
within
here. Like
is Raj okay, hang on. Is Raj within sight or not? Is he within
he's,
sight?
I
Is
can hear
Raj
him.
within
He's
sight?
in the living room.
All
Okay,
right, so yeah, so you can hear him, but you
I'm gonna
cannot
try
see
to
him.
transfer
So
to the
here's
living room. All
no, no, no.
right,
Hang on,
and
hang on, hang on,
maybe
hang on, hang on. Don't move it. Here's what's happening right now. Raj is saying,
I'll see if this gets her.
hang on, hang on. Don't move yet. Are you moving? Don't move yet. All right. This is what Raj is doing.
Yes.
Papa, there's something
Why?
wrong with the plug. I think there's something wrong with the PLDT plug. Yeah, there's something wrong with it.
Okay, I'm transferring.
Is
All right,
it?
there. So yeah, so there. I'm in the sofa now. There. All right.
Right.
So yeah, I'm in the sofa
It's
now.
nowhere
Now I
near the
don't know if
plug,
this
right?
is.
It's nowhere near the plug, right? Because if he was near the plug, when he was saying it, he was like, Papa, something's wrong with the plug. And it's actually yanking it.
He's
Hi,
playing.
Raj.
Yeah,
All right, okay.
he's
All right. I
playing.
thought you
So
were like yanking the plug. All right. Okay. I'm wrong.
sabotage. It's sabotage.
It's your own son. It's
Yeah, I
just
would be
like
surprised.
sabotaging. You won't
I know I
buy
would be
your Robux.
surprised. I don't know if this is a
We'll
better
break
spot.
you. See,
Okay, I'm
it's
gonna
working
transfer.
now, right? It's better. Oh, it's still
Is that
choppy.
better?
Right.
I transferred
Oh,
to the
better.
other one.
Yeah. The astronomer is at a social place called Bakak.
Seriously? Is that where it is? Is that really where it is? Is it really in
Oh my
Bakaka, dude?
god.
There's a bar at
I have no
Bakaka?
idea.
I mean,
I mean, nothing
come
against
on.
Bakaka, right? But
Dude, come
who
on.
comes
This
up
is
with
coming
these
from a
names? Who comes up with these names? Bakaka,
this is coming
right?
from a guy from Bugak.
That's why I
Dude,
never
come
say I'm
on,
from
man.
Bugak.
Dude, come on, man. I'm a Bakaka boy, dude. I can't deny that, you know.
I know that's what I'm
Yes.
saying. Like who comes up with these names? Bakaka, Bugak, right? What else?
I don't
Funny,
know.
funny sounding names.
But I feel like they should update the names of streets, you know. Upstairs is at Bugak. Well, there you go. So there is one.
I know
See?
Bugak. That's what
See?
I'm
They're
saying,
run
dude. I was born and raised in Bugak, man.
So
I
how
grew
will
up
you
there.
okay, let's say you're gonna plug
No,
upstairs
there's
bar.
dude.
Do it
No,
nice. Let's do it live now. Let's do a sample of like let's do voiceover
no,
work for like
no.
okay,
There's
you're
no
plugging
way around it.
upstairs.
Okay. Visit
Upstairs
upstairs at
bar at
Bugak.
Bugak.
Right there. There's no way around it. Bugak is Bugak. It doesn't matter. Bugak. But dude, you can't say it nicely. Not even if I get some of my friends from I don't know from the UK or maybe from America, from Australia, it would still sound Bugak. There's no way around it.
Get a view of the city from above. At
Bugak.
upstairs. Bugak. DBP Village. Is that still
Somebody
Bugak?
should change that name, man. Bugak,
Dude,
man.
Bakaka too,
I was
man. Bakaka
I
too.
was never proud.
A
Me,
playa.
I wouldn't take
I
offense.
mean,
There was this one person who I know who was from where I live, and it wasn't even Bugak, it was Maa. But then she's ashamed. She's embarrassed to say the place Maa. You know what she would say? She would say, I live in MAA, Davao City. That's what she would say.
MAA.
She would never say the word Maa. She would say MAA because
Yeah.
she's embarrassed to say Maa.
That's like going to AMA, right? I go to AMA. AMA,
Exactly. So you don't want
the
to say
school
ama.
of
AMA.
today.
Right? But if you're from Ateneo, you don't say adu. You say Ateneo.
That's right.
Right?
Okay, let
Because
me
it
ask you this
sounds
then.
nice.
Since we're talking about places with funny names, let me ask you this then. Is it the name that ruins it, or is it the reputation of the place? Because, for example, Alabang. Alabang doesn't sound very pleasing to the ears. It only does because we know that Alabang is, uh, a high profile place. A lot of nice villages there.
Okay.
A
Let's say
lot of
Gok
it's
is
it's
a
like
high
high end.
profile place.
Yeah. So let's say Alabang is like Muntinlupa. Or no, not even Muntinlupa. Muntinlupa has nice places there too. It's just that it's associated with the jail, right? But let's say like
Let's
Tondo.
say it's Malungon. Let's say it's Malungon.
Malungon. Where's next Malungon? Dude, there's a place called Tagakpan, man. There's a place called
No.
Tagak. I'm not even kidding.
All right.
Padada. What
You,
about Padada, dude? I mean, Padada sounds like a
I mean,
binuang, dude.
Padada's
Padada.
tolerable, right? But
Padada.
Malungon, you know what? I would have to. I mean, Joe.
Malungon.
All right, it wasn't me who said the place.
Maluoy kas
You,
buongon. Maluoy kas buongon. Malungon.
Joe Boy, like typed it. So, but then, I mean, come on, man, right? It's funny.
Dude, dude,
I'm
hey,
not
hey, hey.
making fun
Hold on.
out of the people who
Hold
lives
on.
there, but it's funny.
Yeah.
I live in Bugak, and there's no way around it. It's really funny as
Disclaimer.
heck,
Disclaimer to people.
right?
I know, okay, Alabang is a barangay here in Muntinlupa. Exactly. So, like, Alabang, right? Alabang doesn't like it doesn't really it's not like Forbes, right? Doesn't sound like that. But for some reason, when you
It
say
could be
Alabang,
like for example, all
Alabang
right,
girls, it's like
there's
social,
this
like, you know?
social place in Manila as well, like Wak Wak, right? Wak Wak.
Yes, Club
It's like
Wakwak,
Wak
yeah.
Wak.
Yeah,
Right?
because
So Wak
it's
Wak is like we know that a lot of
I
rich
know, but
people
it
live
sounds
there.
funny. I bet if it's like
It does sound funny.
if it's a low
Wak Wak. Where
reclamation
do you live? Wak Wak.
area or if it's a dump site, people are gonna laugh at
Uh,
it, you know?
Wak Wak. Wow, man, wacky. You live in Wak Wak. All right. So I don't know,
Wakwak.
man. It
But it's
could
a
be
country
because
club. It's associated
yeah,
with a
right.
country, so it's
It could be
social.
because of its reputation. If for example, if Bugak, I mean, if rich people live there, I mean, growing up there, and if the reputation was like rich people live there, I don't know if it would sound any different. You know what I'm saying? That if you
Yeah.
say Bugak, it's something that's not funny. But I don't know, man. I mean, there's no
But
way
there's
around it.
But there are ways that they kind of made it social. Like, for example, Dasmariñas. Dasmariñas doesn't sound so bad, but like people like say Dasma, right?
That's my
Or
what you're gonna
like
say,
Quezon City.
Bugs?
Quezon City, they'll say like
What you're gonna
QC
say, Bugs?
or or Muntinlupa. I
All
don't
right, man.
know
Let's hang out at
Muntinlups. I don't know
Bugs. Where's Bugs? Bugak
books. Hey, I live in Bax. I live in Bax.
or Gax?
ML. What are you talking about, Raj? ML. Oh yeah, Muntinlupa. ML. I live in ML. That's right.
Right.
Why are you mad?
Okay, how about Malungon? How would you go around it? Right? How
Malungon.
would you make it sound?
Um. The coffin place. I don't know, man. The, lungon, lungon is coffee, right? Coffin
Lungon.
is lungon. Is that what it is?
Lungon. Yeah, coffin is lungon.
See, that's the
Malungon.
thing. See, that's the thing. That's what made it. What's that ruined it? It sounds like a coffin.
Like
Malungon.
Midsayap as well. Midsayap. Malungs. All right, Malungs. Let's go to Malungs. All right, man. Mal. Let's hang out at Mal.
Dude, no offense to the people who live there, right? And no offense to
No,
the
I know.
people
Like,
who
all
are
right, that's what
from
I.
there.
Yeah, that's what I've been
It's
saying. I
like,
live in Bugak. Bugak is really funny. I laugh at
dude,
it every day of my life, even up to
Bakaka,
now.
born and raised. I'm Bakaka boy. I'm not even gonna say because like now it's called FSD zone because the D zone's like own half the properties there, but it's like but nobody calls it FSD zone. But there's a street sign that says there D zone, but it's still people still know as Bakaka. But the funny thing about Bakaka though, it's like it's weird because it's the same street, but it has it's only Garcia Heights up to a certain extent and then it becomes Bakaka the rest of the way. Now, I know I know for a fact that it's Garcia Heights all the way up to the crossing
Right.
where
Okay.
it's yeah.
Okay.
So anyway,
Like, okay, let's take for example Garcia. If you say it properly, like Garcia Heights, that sounds
huh?
nice. All right. Where do you live? Garcia Heights, or Leon Garcia or whatever, right? Because you say it properly, Garcia. But then
Check
if
the
somebody
Switch.
mess it up and say Garcia, that would really
Premier Pack.
really sound funny. Because I've heard people saying Garcia, right? So Garcia is like, why would you say Garcia? Garcia is more is I mean sounds nicer than saying Garcia.
I
Like
know,
if you
but
say
it's Garcia
Garcia
Heights.
Heights,
I think it's
it,
I think it's just I think it's because like it's a Bisaya way of saying it, like Garcia.
I know.
Garcia. Garcia.
So you have to like you can make it sound nicer by saying Garcia. Oh, Garcia Heights. If you say Garcia
Yeah.
Heights, I'm like, what?
But Garcia Heights sounds so shallow compared to Bacaca, man. But if you look at the place, Garcia Heights is kind of like the crappy part. Like that's where all those little sari-sari stores are, and where like but when you go to Bacaca, that's where there's Rolling Hills, there's Ladislawa Gate, there's that's the more kind of. But Garcia Heights is more of like I mean but it like has a nicer name. That's the thing. So I don't really know. I mean, but I think there are a lot of streets that are overdue a name change or at least a name update. Um, I'm not really in. I mean, I'm trying to because there has to be an explanation. Like it has to be easy to understand why a certain place is called the certain name. Maybe a family discovered it. Okay, so then you honor them
Right.
by giving their name to that street.
All right. Okay. Let's talk about some places near where I live, right? Because I'm like somewhere in Obrero, right? So Inigo Torres. There's a place there that's like people say Lacson. Adito sa Lacson. It just still doesn't sound nice. I mean, Lacson's not a
Yeah,
really funny name, but
yeah.
it could be with the reputation, like right, like Lacson. Adito taga Lacson mana. Kato taga Lacson.
Oh,
Yeah.
because
So
oh,
it,
because is Lacson like a tough street? Like are the Obrero boys? Is that
no,
where
I
the
mean,
gangsters are?
well, it's Obrero. I mean, Obrero's like a
Yeah, yeah.
it's not a tough neighborhood,
Back
but
in the
I mean,
you
it's
know,
Obrero. Back in the
for
day, it's
those that
like
don't
there's a lot of
know,
people who live
for
there.
those that don't know, Obrero, man, that was a tough place. I mean, the Obrero boys
So
would roam
like
that street. A lot of
Lacson,
gangs
okay,
there. That was a lot.
then
That was
then
not a
there's
safe.
Loyola, right?
Loyola, yeah,
Loyola, like Loyola
Loyola.
Street. So
There's
my uncles would say
Poras.
like they would even say Loyola. They would say "Tong taga Loyola or taga Puras mana dito sa Puras." I mean, so
Yeah.
that's how they would, if you
So
say
it's just
Puras,
streets.
then like
So it's just
right.
streets, right? But it's
Vincent.
the same thing.
Kada taga Binson. Itong taga Binson. Vincent. You say Vincent, it's V. And it's
Binsun.
Vinzon. Vincent. You don't say Binson. Taga
So
Binson.
Obrero is a
Vincent.
barangay name. Obrero is the
It's
barangay name.
barangay, yeah. Barangay Obrero. Right.
Okay. So how come Obrero is so specific with like it's so known as like the by the barangay name? What is Lanang? So Lanang, what is it?
Lanang.
Yeah, Lanang,
I
what
don't
is
know.
it? Because I want to know what Lanang is. Is it? It's not a street, right? Lanang is not a street. We're in Lanang, but it's not a street. Our
I think
barangay
that's
is
supposed to be a barangay.
no,
Because
no, no,
Buhangin
because
is a barangay.
no, no, because our barangay is ang to, and our barangay, but we're in Lanang. Like if you
So it could be just a street. It could be Lanang Street.
no, there's no Lanang Street. If you look at the map, I don't think there's a Lanang Street. It's JP Laurel, and then it becomes like Sasa or something.
Then
There's
why
no
do you say
Lan.
Lanang Davao City? I mean, that's a street.
No, no,
When you
no.
say Lanang Davao City, that
Okay,
means
hold
Lanang
on.
Street, Davao
We
City.
want to know people. What is Lanang? Because I remember there was a Lanang Golf Club here
Let's
before.
Google it.
Now, what is Lanang? Is it a street? Is it a barangay? Is it a locality? What the heck is it? Because
I
Obrero,
think it's a
we know it's a
street.
barangay. Is it a street?
Okay, hang on.
Because Obrero is barangay. But we don't call all places here, popular spots here, by their barangay names. Like, you don't go, oh, sa 19B, this is 19B. This is no, we don't. But it just happens that Obrero has just become so known or infamous for just being referred to as Obrero. So when you're in a particular spot in that area near G Mall, between G Mall and Victoria Plaza, it's like Obrero. We know that as Obrero. Uh, but Lanang, I mean, we're we have SM Lanang. I wanna whoa, wow. So we wanna know. I mean, I wanna know what Lanang is and what Lanang includes in terms of you know the scope of the area that it's referred to as Lanang. Anybody can explain that? Maybe that's an old name and it just stuck with it. Because let me think. Like Matina. Okay, Matina. Ice, what's Matina? Matina is like Lanang, right? What's Matina?
Hang on, hang on,
That's not a
because it's just
barangay.
okay. Hang on, it's divided into districts. Lanang could be a district, right? So hang on. So here are the districts in Davao City. We have the Poblacion, we have Talomo, we have Agdao, we have Buhangin, we have Bunawan, then we have Pakibato, then we have Baguio, we have Kalinan, we have Marilog, we have Turil, we have Tugbok, right? So let's find Lanang here. So Buhangin, no. All
We're
right, so
probably
let's
under.
go
We're
Bunawan.
not. Poblacion. We're
Panakan,
probably
Quezon, Agdao,
Poblacion.
Pacquiao.
We're probably Poblacion.
Okay, let's say no. I mean, what's your barangay? Ang Leong to?
Ang Leong to.
All right, because if you're in the Poblacion, it's like 1A 21. Because we're like 18-B. We are in the Poblacion. So like my where I live, where my sister and my mom lives now, it's eight. Like it's in the Poblacion. It's one of
That's the
these
city. That's
barangays,
downtown.
right?
Yeah, that's
So
downtown. Yeah.
now, if you say, hang on, if you say Bunawan, then that's Ilang, Mahayag, Budyang, Tiponggono. That's not there. All right, okay. Buhangin. You have Acacia, Alfonso Angliong to senior. Is that
Oh, that's it.
yours?
That's it. We're part of the
All right, so
Buangin.
see, you're actually part of Buhangin. Then there's like Buhangin proper, Kabantian, Kalyawa. Then you have communal, Indangan, Mandog, Pampanga, Sasa, Tigato. Then you have Vicente Hizon Senior and Waan. There's no Lanang here.
Yeah, see? Where is Lanang? What's Lanang? That's what I'm saying. It's like SM. It says SM City, SM Lanang Premier. It doesn't say SM JP Laurel Premier, right? So at least Obrero is justified because it's a barangay. Matina. Oh, so what's Matina? Is a barangay or a
No,
district?
I don't think it's a barangay anymore. Obrero is not a barangay
Oh, it's
anymore.
not?
No, because here it says in like with the districts, because I'm looking at the legislative districts of Davao City, right? So we have the Poblacion, which has like about 40 barangays, which is it doesn't say Barangay Obrero, but it says numbers like 1-A, 6-A, 27-C. These are under the Poblacion district, right? So again, you are under the Buhangin district, which is like there's about 13 of them, 13 districts under Buhangin, and yours is
Yeah.
included there, which
We're
is the
Buhangin
Alfonso
because
Angliang Senior.
we're close to Buhangin diversion. But we are parallel to Buhangin Milan, right? Buhangin Milan is the popular part of
Right.
Buhangin, right? Right? Am I right?
Yes,
That's
Milan.
so
Right.
that's okay.
It's
Is that
popular when people use it as a landmark.
I know
Milan lang
Milan?
nong Milan. Asa man
Okay,
ka
hold
daw?
on, hold on.
Milan, Milan.
Okay,
Milan.
hold on. Is the Ladislao Gate in Milan? Is that Milan
Ladislao Gate? No,
in
that's not
Buhangin?
Milan.
What is that?
No.
That's Buhangin, right?
Like Ladislao Gate, like the Buhangin part?
Yeah,
No, I mean that's like near Select. That's like Select Buhangin.
I
That's
don't know,
like
but
right next to it.
so what is
If
that
that's not
called?
Milan yet,
So what is that?
that's just Buhangin right there.
So why is Milan special? Why does Milan get a special name? Like it's
Milan
still in
is right
Buhangin.
like okay, it's all right. It's near the elementary
It's where
school.
NCCC Mall is. Where NCCC Mall
Yeah,
is.
there's an elementary school there. It's a public elementary school, and there's that Milan over there. It's sort of like that's like an intersection right there, right?
Yeah,
So it's a
yeah,
popular intersection. Because I think you make a right if you're coming from downtown area. You make a right, and that's like going to the airport,
yeah,
going that way. So if you turn left, that's like going to like the diversion road and going to Bakaka.
yeah. But if you go straight,
That's like going to Indangan, going
no, no,
to
no, no. Actually,
Season
there's two.
subdivision.
There's two also. There's one that goes right. There's that one that goes left.
Yeah, that's the one that goes right goes to
Left
Indangan. The
is
one
like
that goes
no
left
man's land. No man's land
goes no, not really. I mean,
goes to
like I know where it goes. Like if you go
Mandog.
left,
To
it's
Mandog.
Panorama Mandog over there. If you go left, then if you go
Yeah,
straight, that's like you go straight in Dangan, and I don't know, like
North
that's
Crest. You go to North Crest.
yeah, North Crest, right?
Yeah. So
Um,
okay. So So what's Milan there? The intersection?
no, Milan is a store. There's a store there.
Oh, so okay. So it's
M-
just a store.
It's a
People just call it.
store.
Okay, I got it.
It became
Because
a landmark.
because
So
I'm like
Milan, it's Milan
yeah.
store. So
Because
it's
if it's like
a
the
store.
intersection, if it's like, because I was thinking if it's the intersection, it's like, okay, that's a Milan. Like, what? I'm gonna stand there in the middle of the intersection. So
No,
it's actually a
that's a
store. Got
store.
it. Got it.
There's a
Got it.
store. There's a store there.
Okay.
I don't know if it's still there, but back then it has that huge signage. It says
So we still
Milan
don't know
store.
what lanang is. Are we still like in the
We
dark
still don't
about
know
it?
what Lanang is because it's not
Holy
here. I mean, I
cow! What
googled
the
it.
heck?
It's not here.
What
It's
is
not here.
lanang? Oh my god! Like we've been like we refer. I mean, like I because I only know that lanang is because it's still JP Laurel, right? It's JP Laurel until you hit Sasa. There's nothing between. At the end of JP Laurel is Sasa, right? Am I right?
All right. So Lanang, hang on. Barangay 13B, formerly Poblacion, is a barangay in Davao City. Its population is to like blah blah blah. Okay, hang on. Because it says this must be Lanang. But no, it can't be, right? Because
Okay.
they're saying that this is 13B. That's
So
what they're saying.
so where's lanang, man? I mean, because okay, I'm okay. We're in let's say okay on the other side there's Bakaka, there's Buhangin, there's the Mosa, there's like this is our side. On the other side of that there's Obrero, there's like Agdao, there's so Lanang is the one in between, that space in between where SM Lanang is, that's Lanang. Like where does Lanang start, at Robinson Cybergate? Or because I mean that's still JP Laurel, right? So JP Laurel is in Lanang. Is that how it works?
I don't know, man. It
And
says here
then
Barangay Pampanga, Lanang, Davao City. But
yeah,
then it
see,
doesn't really say where Lanang is.
so the barangay is Pampanga,
Hello, Ma'am
right?
Arlene.
Hi, Ma'am Marlene. So the barangay is Pampanga, right? But then there's a Lanang after it.
Could be.
So what the hell is the Lanang? I mean, is Batina? Is Batina a barangay? It's a district.
It's a district.
Okay, so Lanang might be a district. Lanang
Could
district,
be.
but it doesn't say.
It could be Poblacion too, like Matina. Oh man, it's just crazy.
Yeah, see, there's just like it's I mean, because it's easy for us because I was born raised here. But what if, let's say, you're visiting the place? It has to be kind of tourist friendly or whatever, where they'll get confused, man. Because like you want to know. I mean, heck, that's why I get confused. Like I guess I'm pretty sure in Manila that there's that same crap there where there's Muntinlupa, which is Alabang is in Muntinlupa and all that stuff. So I guess I guess the Philippines is just full of places that doesn't really has a name but doesn't have a particular designation as to what it is. You can always stop playing, so we don't end up fighting, and you can still play. So, anyways, is Dusit in Lanang? Yeah, I'm assuming it is, because okay, here's my take. Like I feel like Sasa begins when Sasa has a certain feel to it. Like you can kind of
Yeah,
sense that. Okay, I'm no longer in Lanang. There's
right.
something
I'm
about
now in
Sasa.
Sasa now. Right.
I don't want to discriminate or anything. It's just you can tell something about the air, something about the soil, something about. I think once you start seeing the ports, once you start seeing the shipping containers, that for me, it's like okay, we're in Sasa. Like we're no longer in Lanang. Lanang still has that kind of urban feel. Lanang is Sasa is more of like you're on your way out of town. Like the dust is starting to be finer. There's something about it. I don't know what it is. It's like it feels like it's a different. It's an obvious kind of transition from one place to the other, but you're sharing the same road. Whereas with Lanang and JP Laurel or Lanang and Poblacion, it's kind of hard to tell them apart. It's kind of like I can also tell when I'm already in CM Recto because right because JP Laurel has a certain thing to it. There's no particular line that says you're already in CM Recto. But for some reason, once I hit like maybe the mental hospital area, I have a feeling okay, CM Recto na to. Or maybe Ateneo is the start of CM Recto. Where's the start of CM Recto? Do you know, Ice? No, no, the
Siem
mental
Recto
hospital
Street.
area. That's not even. That's not Siem Recto yet. That's what is that part? I think it starts with an A.
Which
It
one?
has that little street between G Mall all the way to Ateneo. That where the mental hospital is. That has its own name. That particular
Hmm.
road has its own name. The mental hospital street. It's not JP Laurel, and it's not called. It's not Villa Abrile either. It has its own name. Just that particular spot.
Akasha. Is it
Akasha.
Akasha?
That's yes,
Akasha.
yes. It has its name. That's
Akasha.
it. Akasha.
Oh,
That's right. That just that particular like that's probably less than a kilometer long. That's just like, and it's called Akasha, and we know that we're
right.
in Akasha when we're there. It's like why all of a sudden it's no longer JP Laurel and it's no longer CM Recto. It's
Yeah,
just
because we say
like,
Akasha Street. Like we always say Akasha Street.
I don't think that's Akasha Street. I think the Akasha Street is the one with the market where it you take a like it's like a shortcut to um to
Going
Quirino
to
or
Central
something.
Bank. Right,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think so. That's the Akasha area right there.
Yeah, I think that's Akasha, not the actual road where the mental hospital is. Oh, it's because of
No,
the
but it's quite
okay. Are
new.
you serious, Joe Boy? It's because of a big
Yeah,
Akasha
there was a big
tree.
Akasha tree back then. When I was
Also,
a
we
little kid,
called
I remember that there was a big
it's
Akasha.
because there's a
Like
big tree there. We call
probably it could be like there were like lots of Akasha trees there. I remember when I was a kid, there were lots of big Akasha trees there, right in the spot of like the bus terminals. I mean, that was the old post office right
So
there.
should we
Like
change
the
the
new
name
post
of
office.
Chonko? If you catch my drift.
See, Joe Boy's Kagawad, right? So I believe him because I remember when I was a kid that there were big Akasha trees there. There were like plenty of Akasha trees there. So I think that's why it's called Akasha. Because my I would go
Really?
to my Lola,
Wow.
visiting my Lolo at the old post office.
So it's still JP Laurel, right?
I have no idea, man.
It's not CM Recto yet. I mean, Joe Boy, you're the Kagawan. Let us know, man. Is Akasha still part? Whoa, is Akasha still part of JP Laurel, or is it part of? Oh my
Probably
God,
not, because it's
Janarinas,
Akasha. Akasha
Janarinas,
is
please.
Akasha. They're like corners too.
That
It
was
could be
too
like
fast. It's
Akasha
okay.
corner whatever street, right?
Yeah, it's like yeah, keep playing. It's okay. At least we get to win. We get to spin. So yeah, I mean, I that confuses me. I'm just saying, like, we're so still behind in terms of that. Because you imagine if you go in, if you have like Waze or Google Maps or whatever, and one particular place or spot in the city has like 50 names. Like, you'll ask somebody if you know this place, and they'll give you, no, that's this place. Oh, no, no, that's Akasha. No, that's JP Laurel. No, that's CM Recto. No, that's what it's man, that there has to be a finality to it. That there has to be, it has to be decided what the proper name is, because there are a lot of names have been updated, have been renamed or had name changes. Like Ponciano is now Bangoy, right? If I'm not mistaken, Ponciano is now Bangoy. I remember us having an episode about this before with Pinky. Pinky knows a lot about this stuff. So I think Ponciano is now Bangoy, but to the old school heads, we still refer to it as Ponciano. And
Ponciano
Legazpi is
Reyes
no
Street.
longer
Right.
Legazpi. Legazpi, I forgot what the name of Legazpi is now. It's no longer Legazpi, but a lot of us,
Is it by
Mad
any
Max.
chance?
It should be Mad
Is
Max.
it is
Mad
it
Max
no, no,
Road.
no. Is it by any chance Ipsigal? Is it by any chance Ipsigal? I
Yeah,
really hated my friends
nagag-joy-joy dito.
when they would say that. I was like, the
Ipsigal, Ipsigal.
Ipsigal. Like, what the fuck is Ipsigal? Like, oh, it's Legaspi. Holy shit. I have
I
like
mean,
bad friends.
I mean,
I don't have an idea. I don't have an idea why they have to say it
okay.
backwards, right?
Who
Why
hasn't
would they
had
have to say
balut
it
there?
backwards?
Who hasn't had balut at the corner
Ipsigal,
of
brad,
Legazpi,
Ipsigal.
right?
Why can't you just
Every
like say Legaspi? Let's go to Legaspi. Why do you have to say Ipsigal? I mean, are you gonna get some drugs there or something? I mean, is there something
I
illegal
know
going down
it has to be
and
a
you have
code
to
word.
like,
No, no,
yeah,
no.
it
But
has to be cryptic?
Legazpi is notorious. I mean, Legazpi. I'm telling
Legazpi
you,
Street, but still,
that
dude,
they
it's a Spanish sounding name. When you say Legazpi Street, it still sounds
they
nice
should call
compared
that
to say
Masahista
Ipsigal.
Road. Masahista
Cigar.
Road. Like, you know what? Like, every time I walk along Legazpi at night, there's always like this woman who pops out of nowhere in the dark. Like,
Massage
massage
ka,
set.
sir?
I'm like, what? There's a massage parlor. Where did you come from? Like, she'll just like show up out of a corner or something. And there's actually massage parlors, but you have to go up a stairs, and they don't have signs. So it's like that Legazpi thing street has like these old buildings, and they have streets, and they have stairs going up,
Notorious.
and they have all these like little motels or like a massage parlor.
Notorious. Oh
So
my
you're like
god.
walking there, and no wonder there's a balut guy there who's like making a killing selling balut, because you need all the energy
Alright.
with all the action
You
you're gonna
need all
get
the
at Legazpi,
energy. Energy,
right?
energy,
Yeah.
energy. Alright.
Who hasn't had balut? I don't even eat balut. I've had balut at the canto of Legazpi
Really?
Street.
The dude, I've never had balut ever.
Oh, really? Like, dude, you haven't gotten drunk like me. I only eat balut when I'm drunk. For some reason, you stop caring.
Yeah. I feel
Like,
sad for that Japanese friend. You remember Yumi? I brought
yeah,
her to like, like the Philippines to Davao, and she met a family here,
better
and they
balut.
offered her balut, right? They offered her balut, and this was like daytime, and she wasn't even drunk. And you know how Japanese are; they're very polite. So she ate the
Yeah,
balut, right? And she was like,
yeah.
"Oh, it's the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted." It's like it's disgusting. It's like it's a chick, whatever. I was like, and she asked me like, "Ice, do you eat balut?" I'm like, "No, why would I eat that? No way in hell I would eat that." I'm like, what? Not all Filipinos eat it? Like, no, of course not. She was like, "Yeah, buddy," and she was like so mad because um like when she was like 'cause she ate the balut, right? And she asked the family that offered her the
They
balut
cheat.
if if if
It's
if if
okay.
they if
It's
if they like the
okay.
balut, right?
Raj,
If
okay.
do you
Don't
eat
see that the
balut?
controller, ah.
Then the host said they don't eat balut. So she tried to confirm with me. And I also said I don't eat balut. She's like, what the heck? They made me eat balut. They
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
eat balut, and you don't
but
eat
dude,
balut. I
yeah,
thought
but
it's a Filipino thing. I thought all
that, that
Filipinos eat balut. So she ate the balut.
that's coming
But
from a woman who's countrymen eat raw squid. So I mean raw octopus, which still sucks in your tongue when you're eating it. So I mean, I would understand if she's like Canadian or something, but I guess
no,
hey, we
what's
eat,
no
yeah,
her point would be like
but we didn't eat
they
it.
shouldn't have offered it to her if they don't eat it themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
I
she was
get it.
like,
I get
"Oh,
it.
maybe I should eat it," but then like, "Oh, you don't even eat it, and you made me eat it." Like it's the
Yeah, I
same
mean,
thing with me. People ask me like, "No, I don't eat those crap because I can't eat those."
I'm not a fan of balut either. I mean, I've had it, but it's every time I eat it, every time I have balut, I always regret it. Dude, my wife can like down 6 or 7 balut. I mean, she can eat like more than in
Yeah.
one sitting. I mean, like I
Okay.
always tell her, why don't you just eat penoy? What is it about the feathers that you like? I mean, really, to be honest, the only thing good about balut is the freaking vinegar, the what is that called? Pinakurat or whatever the heck it is that you put on it.
Hmm.
Because
Right.
if it's good, why put that vinegar shit to cover it up? So people
That's
still
true.
get ghost, right? So why don't you just eat the penoy and just put that same vinegar thing? It's gonna taste exactly like the balut, minus the feathers, minus the yucky beak of the chick or whatever. So,
Right.
anyways,
Okay. Dude, that means you're not free you're not free on Saturday, right? Like you have a gig.
okay. Hold on. Um, Tomorrow I'm not free because I'm gonna be with Joe and Mao. On Saturday, shoot, what is it? What day is Saturday?
Dude, that's like the 25th. Is
I
it
might be
25th?
okay with Saturday, but I can't do
Like,
Sunday because I think I'm gonna go to Carlo. I'm gonna see Carlo
all right.
again
Okay,
because
Saturday's fine. So, but you don't have you had meetings. Like, so that's not for Saturday?
no, it's not for Saturday. It's not for Saturday. That's for end of
Not
the
yet.
month.
Right. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So
Then
Saturday's
we'll
fine.
do Saturday. Right.
Let's do
Okay.
Saturday.
So, right.
Yeah, go to
Still
sleep,
have
man.
another day tomorrow. Yeah.
Dude, what time is it there? 11?
It's almost 11. So that's why I need my, like, at least I get 7 hours tonight. That would be great. Like,
And make sure
I've
you
been sleeping 5 hours
get your
for straight days. It's crazy.
Ice Iceman without his nap is a cranky Iceman. So he needs
Dude,
his
I
nap.
was cranky. I just went nuts this afternoon because my wife and my daughter were fighting, and I just went nuts. I mean, you know
Dude,
me,
you're
like
not used to it yet, Raj?
I
Come
went
on,
out of
man.
control.
It's a
I was just
game.
like so. I was like screaming. I was like, can't you like? like settle it because I was just like I started scolding Snow, and I told my wife like that's why I wanted you to be home early so that
Controller, okay?
there
Please.
there won't
I don't
be
care if you get mad. Just don't destroy the
like
controller.
any of these yelling matches and stuff. But
Yeah.
then I just went crazy. I just
You
like
went
started.
postal.
Now, yeah, I was like a crazy person,
You
and I
went.
was just like I yeah. I told Snow like if you don't do because I was like you're fighting with your mom because you didn't do your homework at the
Give it to
daycare,
me. Give it to
and I
me. I
said
want to play.
tomorrow if you don't do your homework at the daycare, I'll throw you out of the house, and I'm serious. So like starting tomorrow, if you don't do your homework, try. I told her like try me, please. Don't do your homework
Oh,
tomorrow.
jeez.
Try me one more time. Try me tomorrow. See if you don't see your clothes outside the house,
Oh,
I'm gonna throw it
jeez.
out, and I don't care where you go. And she was like, "All right, Papa, I'll do better." Because my wife doesn't know how to deal with her. Me, I don't fight with Snow anymore, but they were fighting, and I just like got so mad. I was like, "Why are you fighting? You want fight? All right, let's fight." I was like, "Let's do a Royal Rumble," and I went crazy before we went to it because we were late for basketball already. I was like, "Crap!" Like, I was waiting, and you're like, "Holy shit!" But anyway, I need my
Raj,
sleep.
the game
My
is
sleep.
done. Will you stop? It's done. What do you? It's done. Anyway, I think it's my turn to have a fight. So,
Raj, don't try your dad. All right,
man, I'm
say hi to
telling
my
you,
yeah,
dude.
yes. Please send my regards to Chuck and Joe. It's been
Of
a
course,
while.
dude. Of course.
All right.
We'll share pictures. We'll share pictures. All right, man. You
All
take
right.
care.
All right, you too. All right, so thanks
So,
a lot for joining us, everybody. Yeah, I think we have at least like more than 8 people joining us tonight. So thanks a lot for joining us. So join us again on Saturday. We'll get our naps and we'll be in a better mood. No screaming, nothing. We won't make
Grammys,
we won't make fun
Grammys.
out of names, right?
Hey,
All
what did
right,
we?
promise.
Hey, we weren't irritable today. We were fine. We got through the show.
No, I know, yeah, but we were picking on names like who did nothing
We
to
took
us.
we took it
Malungo did
out on.
nothing to us.
Hey,
Bugat
hey, that
did
was
nothing
Joe.
to me.
Joe Boy brought Malungon up. We did not.
I know
So,
we did. At least when you brought up Bakaka, you grew up there, right? I mean, I was born and raised there. Anyway, well, thanks a lot, people. We'll see you again on Saturday. This has been the OK Show Thursday. Rod Rodriguez and Iceman, and we are out. Good night.